So, I just watched Dune at the theaters and I kinda liked it, like, it's a shock for me because I don't really know anything about the source material or, the movie that came out in the '80s or something. So, I know almost nothing about it. I just, went to watch the movie because it had good reviews, and it did impress me, the movie. So, I'm gonna talk about the pros and cons. So, stuff I liked about this movie is the visuals and cinematography. This is one of the best looking movies I've ever seen. It looks spectacular, like, it has good lighting, color framing, the usage of green screen isn't even that, like, noticeable, which is really commendable. Like, it looks fantastic. Also, although there isn't much action, when it happens, it's splendid. Like, it is fast paced. It just like it's really freaking good. Like the action. Also, I really like the cast for the most part. Like I say, although Zendaya is barely in the film, she's pretty good as like Chani or something like that. Jason Momoa's good as always. Josh Brolin's pretty good. The person who plays the person on the Flash who plays Mr. Magic Man is also pretty good, and Timothy Chalamet is pretty good as Paul. Like I wouldn't say fantastic, but as a lead, he isn't that bad. So now I'm gonna go to the cons, and this movie has a pretty a significant amount of cons for me. So I'm not the biggest fan of the ending. It just felt like the first 2 hours just felt like exposition heavy stuff, and it was interesting, but it wasn't like the most engaging stuff. But the last 30 minutes of the film were like where most of the action started happening, and it felt a lot more like engaging compared to the first 2 hours. And then all of a sudden, it just cuts away. Because I know it's supposed to have a part two, but still, I would have liked to spend more time seeing more action. Also, another thing I didn't really like was the lead. I do think he was a decent enough lead, but I just thought his expressions, the paleness, it's just half the time it was boring, and the movie itself is just too exposition heavy. It's pretty boring for the most part, and because it's trying to set up a part two, I just think it was way too slow. Like I know it's trying to set up a part two and all that stuff, but it could have been a bit like faster paced. Like the pacing is really slow in some scenes, which did lower my excitement of the film by just a little bit, but I still enjoyed it for the most part. So those are my thoughts on Dune. I never really expected anything from this movie. I don't know anything about the source material, the story, and I did come out pleasantly surprised, so I should give it that. But like this wasn't a movie I was like really anticipating or anything. I just did a review on it because I haven't uploaded a video in like 2 months. It's exactly 2 months. So yeah. So give me your thoughts on Dune if you've watched it down below, and like give me your thoughts on Dune in the comments below. And right before I end the video, I'll just give Dune like a 8 out of 10. It's a fun movie. Sci-fi looks fantastic. Pretty good cast. It just some issues that bug it down. So see you all in the next video.